We are Team Inator-inators, and we'll be pitching our product idea, Introspect. Here is the wonderful team that brought this product to life. My name is Olivia Dias, and I'm a rising senior at Taunton High School.
Hi everyone, my name is Ashwarya Rajesh, and I'm a rising sophomore at UIUC.
Hey guys, I'm Catherine, and I'm an incoming freshman at MIT.
Hi everyone, I'm Sagar Patel, and I'm a rising senior at John P. Stevens High School.
And last, but certainly not least, our phenomenal mentor, Shamik. First, Ashwarya will be talking about our problem. Trigger warning, we do mention the topic of suicide during this portion. Next, Sagar will discuss our solution. Ashwarya will then cover why our product works for our end users. I will then describe our market analysis, and finally, Catherine will walk through the demo and the next steps for our product.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all? We're all familiar with this line. The evil queen heard an answer she didn't like, and Snow White paid the price. But what if her mirror had her best interests at heart? What if it knew exactly what to say to soothe the queen's insecurities? A lot of people could use that kind of support. Americans and the international population alike are experiencing a global mental health crisis, continually being accelerated by the current COVID-19 pandemic. Just in the US alone, 43.8 million people have emotional and behavioral health issues that often go without receiving any sort of treatment. Medical studies display that social isolation and loneliness is at an all-time high. On top of that, access to therapy or a safe confidant is sometimes unreliable. This poses a serious question. Do people have the emotional and mental support they need? To answer this question, we performed our own research to understand how people are feeling. We surveyed people from different cultures, backgrounds, and professions from all over the world, with most currently based in the United States. In a survey of almost 150 people, ranging from high school students to senior citizens, 73% of all respondents mentioned that they often feel overworked, stressed, or anxious. On a scale from 1 to 5, with 5 being the highest state of health, unfortunately, most people fall somewhere in the middle. In other words, they do not have great mental health. People also don't have an outlet for their problems. Looking at our data, over 77%, the yes and sometimes, responded that they would want to talk to and share their problems with another person, but only 53 people frequently felt comfortable doing so. Even more troubling, all of these metrics were consistent across age, gender, and occupation. 2 people committed suicide at my school. My best friend and I have both tried, and the experience has changed my life. Taking a moment to read and understand the powerful sentiment of this high school junior, it is evident that many people, no matter who they are or where they are in life, lack the emotional support they need for their struggles. Students in particular should be worrying about school and extracurriculars and family and friends, not who's next. This is why we sought to create a product that can help people who are stressed, lonely, or dealing with any other mental health issues. We do not seek to give professional help. Rather, our mission is to provide a temporary source of companionship and comfort for those in need of it. With accessibility as our aim, our product is designed to accommodate a wide range of users, as we believe every single person should have an outlet to express their emotions and feelings.
Our solution is Introspect. We propose a smart mirror that understands your emotions in real time and converses with you, uses Effectivist Emotion AI along with natural language processing to act as an outlet for your problems. It's manually enabled. It works by tracking your emotions using a camera mounted on a mirror and a microphone to listen to what you're saying. The voice agent converts your voice into text, and the state-of-the-art natural language engine processes your voice and emotion and comes up with a response, which is then played out. These are some of the examples of the scenarios that the mirror can handle. In the first example, we have a happy person asking the mirror how she looks. The mirror comes up with a positive response to encourage the person. In the second scenario, we see a person with a sad expression on his face. The mirror responds accordingly with a positive message to uplift the person. The third example is just a neutral conversation, and the mirror responds accordingly.
This interviewee, a data analyst in the marketing industry, mentioned, every once in a while she goes on a solo trip. It helps her acknowledge her problems that she's been pushing away, and she talks about her problems out loud, and it helps her process them. She is just one of the many who feel that real-time interaction with mirrors, specifically introspect, to express their emotions has a multitude of psychological benefits. Corroborating our interview's experiences, in a sociological study, sociologists recorded people with depression and anxiety when they were in a depressed episode. Later on, when recordings were played back, it was proved that talking to oneself and seeing how they acted was more beneficial than a therapist. Adding on, while our technology is innovative, the mirror itself is a concept we're all familiar with and rely on a daily basis, whether we realize it or not. Everyone has a mirror, so everyone, regardless of experience with AI assistance, can incorporate introspect into their home. Currently, negative mental health stigmas as well as financial barriers are major pain points for those who cannot access mental health resources. In other words, expecting backlash and disapproval, most people aren't reluctant to talk to people even though they would want to. Thus, utilizing a common household item that would conveniently already be at your home allows high accessibility and simplicity to people of multiple social groups.
The solidified idea of creating smart mirror for access for all, we started our market analysis. First, the market for our product, like Introspect, definitely exists. There are home assistants and smart mirrors already out there, such as Alexa, Amazon Echo, or Lululemon, and conversational and therapeutic chatbots such as Replica and Mindscape. We also want to determine the scope of our customer desire for our product. So we asked in our survey with diverse and global participants if people have used smart mirrors or other virtual assistant AI products, such as Alexa or various chatbots. As you can see on the top right of the screen, 64% of all survey participants from diverse backgrounds and age ranges have used such products and are fairly familiar with them. The majority of those people were in our target market. Our target market consists currently of students, working adults, and senior citizens. As in our survey, all of these people were either more likely to be lonely, stressed, or reluctant to vocalize their problems to others. It also showed that a significant part of our end users were engaged in products such as Replica, Mirror, Wobot, and Alexa. Here are some statistics on these products in our market. We can see that they're doing pretty well. As you can see at the bottom of the screen, the smart mirror market is projected to grow from $1.75 million to $4.12 million. And the chatbot market is projected to grow from $2.6 billion to $9.4 billion. Our product, Introspect, is going into a very profitable and rapidly expanding market.
So what makes Introspect better than the other products that we mentioned? Well, to start, it's one of the first of its kind that uses computer vision to detect its user's emotions. Most wellness chatbots out there require the user to manually select how they're feeling. So happy, sad, angry, etc., before the conversation even begins. In contrast, Introspect determines their emotion automatically from their facial expression and provides a more streamlined experience. Introspect is also one of the only wellness chat tools that communicates through a voice agent rather than text, which makes it feel more intimate to the user. Next, as a part of our mission to make this sort of mental health support accessible to everyone, Introspect is designed to appeal to audiences that current AI mental health tools don't. One way we do this is through cultural precedents. Everybody knows the story of Snow White and the talking mirror. So the concept of a talking mirror is already ingrained in a lot of people. Thus, people might feel less awkward talking to a mirror instead of a disembodied phone software like Replica, and they would be more open to using it to work through their problems. Additionally, the fact that Introspect is quite literally a physical mirror means that its physical components are far more pronounced than those of its competitors, so it may even appeal more to older folks who aren't as familiar with purely virtual products. Finally, when it comes to voice-enabled assistants like Alexa, many avoid them out of privacy concerns, worried that Alexa is listening to them or recording them when they don't want it to. We took this into consideration when creating Introspect. The mirror is designed only to come on when the user deliberately turns it on, through pressing a button or tapping the screen. Those we interviewed said that they'd feel far more comfortable with this sort of mechanism in comparison with other voice agent products out there.
Here are some specific comparisons to other products. Both Replica and Mindscape use a single input source. Replica uses text-based and Mindscape uses voice-based input. This limits the accuracy of emotion capturing, and reviews of these products talk about how frustrating the experience of inaccurate or inappropriate responses from the product avatar are. Whereas Introspect uses an innovative combination of computer vision and speech recognition to more accurately detect emotions. Mindscape does a more structured conversation, and a lot of users complain about the restrictions and limitations of the conversation. Unlike Mindscape, Introspect is able to have a more open-ended conversation that is designed to create a warm and engaging environment. Replica does have some open-ended dialogue and the ability to replicate the user based on their conversations. However, many users dislike the myriad and type of questions asked by the avatar before it is able to know and replicate you. Where our product Introspect excels is at prioritizing listening to the needs of the user, being more of a companion and not a copy.
So here are some other testimonials from our interviews about the potential of our product. An occupational therapist we interviewed said that it could be a good, versatile complement to professional treatments, and that professionals can also recommend the app. A high school student that we interviewed who works frequently at our local youth center said that our product can help normalize mental health struggles, especially within low-income communities. The graph at the bottom also corroborates such interest. According to our survey, over 75% of respondents would consider buying a mental health tech product like ours. So those are the yeses and the maybes. Now we are going to demonstrate the concept of Introspect in action. Our final application ended up being pretty intensive to run, so for the sake of time, we've decided to do a pre-recorded demo that has some of the processing time cut out. This demo will also be using a webcam feed in place of a physical mirror.
I feel so sad right now. My boss just yelled at me all day.
That's what happens when you're the only one who cares about the work. You read just a little. Kid, you can't do much, but if you do, we'll get the raise. You are not alone. Just remember.
Aw, thank you. That makes me feel so much better, but my boss he doesn't get it. He keeps yelling at me. I don't know what to do.
He's just a little kid. He can't do much.
I feel so happy right now. Today was such a good day.
I'm so excited right now. I can't even.
I feel the same exact way. I'm glad we're on the same page.
So as you can see, we did use a pre-trained dialogue model, so the conversational ability isn't quite up to snuff yet, but we hope this gave you a better idea of how we envision the interaction to go. So where do we want to go from here? We believe that Introspect has a lot of potential to scale and improve. Thus, one of our immediate next steps is to expand the talent surrounding our product. We've already connected with therapists and telehealth experts that are willing to collaborate with us to improve the product, and who have also expressed interest in conducting research with it and recommending it to patients. Specialized mental health applications. As mentioned before, talking to a mirror can have plenty of psychological benefits. Introspect is currently geared for the average person, but with the help of mental health professionals, it can help those with more specific mental health needs. For example, we could develop separate voice agents dedicated to comforting veterans with PTSD, or one dedicated to conducting mirror exercises for those with body dysmorphia. We've also envisioned Introspect playing a part in a whole ecosystem of effective companions. Imagine a fridge that converses with you about your eating habits, or a shower that could give you therapy. Introspect software can be expanded to these products and create a comforting, empathetic user experience that extends throughout the entire home. Portability is another thing we'd like to look into. Some people might not consider their safe space their home, so we could develop a compact version of the mirror for people to take with them anywhere. Finally, of course, we'd like to implement additional features, such as multilingual support, a music system based on the user's mood, anything that could further improve the user's experience.
Thank you to everyone who watched. I want to say a thank you to our mentor, Shamik. Also, a thank you to our judges, Ronit, Keith, and Brian. Thank you to our floating mentors and everyone at Affectiva for all their hard work. Thank you, Rana, for the encouragement and the opportunity to do this program. Thank you, Tanya, for giving us suggestions for our product and design that we use to improve it. And thank you again to everyone who watched and came to listen to our pitch. Now we'll be answering any questions.